Morning guys, Divine Phoenix here, and thanks for joining me today. We are going to be discussing topics related to Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. Super powerful book that I've been reading as of late. Divine timing is everything. I've had this book for probably a year and a half, and this is the first time I am reading it. So it won't be my last, I can guarantee that. So just wanted to welcome you guys all in. We're going to be kind of breaking down this book into different segments and covering different topics with each one. Since this could be a very long video, I won't do that to you guys. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll be moving along with these topics now. Stay tuned. So what is the now? Great question. Can be hard to answer, but it's also very simple. The now is the present moment, just as it is, right now. Nothing exists but in the now. You sitting there or standing there listening to this is the only reality that exists for you. The stuff that happened in the past is the past. The stuff that will happen in the future is the future. But it really doesn't exist. It only exists in that now, in the future, or in that now, in the past. Has your head exploded yet? Good. Hopefully not. But that's the truth of it all. That's the gist of it all, is that the now exists only now. It's being present. It's being mindful. It's being in this body, in this present moment, experiencing what you're experiencing. The beauty, the simplicity of it all of it. And the story that you make out of it is your version of reality. And your version of reality can be starkly different than the version for somebody else. Your reality can be one of abundance, joy, presence, understanding your universal connectedness to all of creation. Or it can be one of disease, disorder, suffering, pain, entrapment, and slavery. Really, it's all up to you. Because the now is a direct reflection of your internal state, your programming, your thought patterns and behaviors. So it's great. Now we kind of understand a realization of the now, but how do we become more present to it? And how do we not become slaves to our own creation? Key number one is, again, I've said this many times in other videos of mine, become the observer or the watcher. Observe the thinker. That's the term that Eckhart Tolle uses. Observe the thinker. Well, what does that mean? The thinker is your mind. And this book explicitly talks about not becoming your mind. You are not your mind. Your mind is a version or kind of a construct of time and your ego. They're all kind of intermixed and all the same. So your mind is the thing that has that incessant talking, the thought patterns, the beliefs, and it's very, very tricky to distinguish what's you and what's not. Because for most of us, we've grown up in this illusion that we are our mind and our mind is us. There is no distinction. And that's the difference. Once you can become the observer, once you can sit back and realize what you're saying, what you're thinking, what your patterns are, you can distinguish yourself from that being. That's not really who you are. You're much deeper than that. There's an inner aspect of you. You can call it the inner body, which is what's referenced in this text, or you can call it the soul. You can call it your spark of source. Whatever term you'd like to call it. Labels are dangerous, I'm just saying. But whatever resonates with you, take it. So that is your true essence. That is who you really are. But we've grown up in a reality and in a place where we are taught, or we assume, that our thinking mind, our ego, is us. And they're starkly different. And for most of us, we're not even aware of this unconscious state. And so that is what this text is referencing by becoming the observer, by being the watcher of the thinker. Because without differentiating the two, it's very difficult to know exactly who you are. So notice the changes. See the thought patterns. This is step one, is to understand who you really are by understanding who you are not. Let's say that again. Understand who you are by understanding what you are not. When you can become no thing, you're everything. And that is your true essence. That is your innate quality. That is your sovereign right as a human being on this earth. And that is what we are all here for. People call that enlightenment, alchemy. It's really transcending your mind, your ego, and therefore your thought patterns, who you believe yourself to be. That's the key. Understanding the BS is what Infinite Waters would say. Understanding the BS of this world, your belief systems, is what will be the key to transmuting it and transcending it. Thank you guys for joining me. This is Divine Phoenix, just reminding you to be the change that you want to see in this world. You are loved. You are love. Namaste.